Well, the countdown has truly begun to the Rugby World Cup. Ireland getting their preparations game-wise underway today against Scotland here at Virgin Media Park in Cork. Scotland have already played one match. That was away to Italy last weekend. It was a game they lost, but as their head coach Brian Eason and as Ireland's head coach Scott Beeman have said, it's not about results in these games. It is about, Lindsay Peat, performance.
It is, and it's interesting to see who he's included now today. A couple of players obviously back from injury. Sam Monaghan has been absolutely through her own journey now at rehab, which is a dark place for any of us who've been there. But it's great to see her back in the pitch after a year long out now. And hopefully she'll get us a lot of much needed game line momentum to really impact this game against Scotland.
This is the first of two official international warm-up matches for Ireland. The second one taking place in Belfast next weekend. That'll be against Canada. That's a game you'll be able to watch on BBC 2 NI and the BBC iPlayer coverage starting from 11:50 a.m. But the concentration is on the southern capital this evening, or this afternoon I should say, as Scotland come out onto the park. There has been a little bit of consternation in Scottish rugby regards contracts and all that, but they have said before this game it's now about the Rugby World Cup, and they'll come back to that afterwards. Brian Eason, of course, their head coach, stepping away after the tournament. Not ideal preparation for Scotland, is it?
No, I mean, it's something you don't want to put on your players, that kind of drama and deflection away from a journey and preparation. But I have to give acknowledgement to Rachel Malcolm. I thought she handled it extremely well. She spoke extremely well in the media, and she really protected her players and put a message out there. So she came out in strength in what she was saying, and I think that will build resilience in this team, and they'll want to go out and prove a point that Scottish rugby should invest in that little bit more.
Ken Parrott, the stadium announcer, drumming things up. Ireland led out by the captain, Sam Monaghan. And as you've already said, Lindsay, it is unbelievably good to see her back for two reasons. One, you don't like to see any player go through the ringer regards injury, especially not what she's gone through. And two, she's just a really good player and will really boost Ireland's cause at the World Cup.
And Joe, it's lovely, Oisin, obviously on our social media and whatever else, but the amount of messages of best wishes and love sent to Sam Monaghan is testament to the person she is. And to see how all of her friends and teammates and anyone who's close to her saw how hard she actually worked to get back on the pitch. It is a really dark place because your team and your teammates and your friends are building, and you always feel on the outside not being part of it.
Well, a word on Dorothy Wall and Erin King, who will miss out on the World Cup, sadly. Aoife Wafer, the Six Nations player of the championship, may be back. Before the game, here's the anthems. Even if you're not Scottish, Flower of Scotland gets you fired up. They're certainly fired up.
I thought it was only me. Good to see a crowd there.
Interesting to see the writing on the wristband there, just the little notes, the little reminders, the little cues.
Well, we're all different style learners. I got a glimpse of that. I'll be waiting to see what's around during the game.
The World Cup kicks off on August 24th for Ireland against Japan at Franklin's Gardens. Today could be the last chance for those on the fringes to claim a spot in the squad for that tournament. There is another warm-up game, of course, next week against Canada, but that is not what those players will be thinking about today. Sam Monaghan returns after a long layoff through an ACL injury. She hasn't played since June of last year. Ivana Kiripati debuts in the back row, while Nancy McGillivray gets a start in the centre. Emer Corey Fallon also makes a very welcome return after a long layoff through injury. Quite the amount of impact power on the bench, and a bit of power running as well in the shape of Enya Breen. There's a good lot of experience there, but Eilish Quinn, should she come on, she will make her debut. Eilish Quinn, who came through Ballina, who was Connacht's under-18 player of the year just last year, which will tell you how young she is. Hannah Ramsey makes a first start for Scotland, having debuted off the bench in last week's defeat to Italy. Scrum half Cathy Mattinson is the second of 6 changes. Lucia Scott moves from fullback to wing. Rachel McLaughlin switches to the blindside flanker position. In another positional switch, captain Rachel Malcolm moves into the second row to link up with Emma Wassell, who made her international return last week. And we've talked about Sam Monaghan. Emma Wassell's return is equally as impressive. She didn't know at one stage whether she'd be back. Well, that's what she was told. I think she was always determined, but it's great to see her back. Her second game since her comeback.
I don't know Emma Wassell at all, but I've followed her journey, the sad loss for mother, her obviously unexpected diagnosis, and for this athlete to get herself back in a Scottish jersey is huge. And I feel like this team are feeding off her. She seems a very popular character. Again, you're only kind of looking on the outside in. I have played against her, and she's very influential and experienced, so it's lovely to see her back. But from this point, obviously, as an opponent with Ireland, we hope that she doesn't give us too much trouble today.
A referee from Italy. Of course, these matches for the referees as well. Ireland's group, by the way, in the World Cup, we've already mentioned Japan. Also in that group, Spain and New Zealand. Japan, Spain and New Zealand to come in that order in the World Cup. Right now, it is Scotland who get us underway, and it's Lisa Thompson who's making her 71st appearance for the Scots today. Came through Melrose, the birthplace of the Sevens. She's been to 2 Olympics.
Very, very experienced player. It's interesting to see now how they'll work, because normally with Nelson, they have that two-sided kicking game, 2 playmakers.
And how they'll get the chance to run it back. They've got a lot of power and pace in that Scottish team. Good carry by Evie Gallagher, who scored 2 tries last week against Italy. A loss, but an extremely entertaining game, and a game I imagine Scotland took an awful lot out of. They fell behind in that game. They were 15 points down, something like that, and came back. Trying to escape through is Scott. Digging it out, Mattinson. That's a good carry by Skeldon. Skeldon, another one who's had a few injury issues, so good to see her back. That ball just doesn't sit upright, but eventually it is gathered by Maeve Deely, and Maeve Deely runs into Skeldon. Good tackle by Skeldon. No. Scuffle McCabe. Support for the ball carrier. Scuffle McCabe there. Always quick to get there. Dan O'Brien, the Carlow woman, launching this one straight down the park. Ireland playing into the Sundays, into the Dolphin end in Virgin Media Park. Scotland playing into the Sunday's well end, the Tramore Road end.
You had to get that in, didn't you, Waterford man? You.
Different Tramore.
Use it!
What I'd like to see from Dana, she had some really good kicks when we played away to Scotland in the Six Nations, but I'd like to see the adjustment. Scotland have obviously done their homework on this and we're well covered there. I'd like to see, can we make an adjustment and really, if we're going to introduce this kicking game, put them under pressure and win some turnovers.
Mattinson.
Play on, play on.
Ireland have got the ball back. That's really good battling. I think that's Ivana Kirapati who grabbed it. That's a confident start for her on her debut. Oh, it's lost, and Scotland have turned it over.
I actually think it was Emer Curry-Fallon who took that ball.
Ball kick through. Ireland chasing back. Real foot race on here. Deely. Deely scrambled it back to O'Brien, but I think she might have knocked it forward. Referee says, yep, it's a scrum.
Time off, please. Yeah.
Kick didn't go 10, so they're all offside.
No, they were inside. So it was a short kick, but they were inside.
But
We have a look.
the 10,
But
didn't go
for
to
me,
the halfway.
they were inside.
Pass fired at it was a hard one to handle.
Well, this is what we have to be careful of. Scotland are very experienced, really, really good kick on a turnover where Maeve Deely is clearly out of position and under a lot of pressure from Chloe Raleigh there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And Grant to turn over that ball. Really, really good territory win now for Scotland, and their line out is a really potent area of attack for them.
She was unlucky with the bounce, Deely.
Yeah, I think
She was, and let's not be honest, she was absolutely fantastic in the WXV1 back in November, but has played very little rugby since through injury, unfortunately. So from a confidence point of view, it'd be nice for her to gather a couple of balls and really ease herself into this game.
Time back on.
Quick change now, and we'll see Derv on for Grace to get stitched, I'd say.
Yep. Nicola Ward comes onto the pitch.
Thank you.
Another one who suffered an ACL in the past. Studying a PhD in effective communications in online social spaces. Right now she's studying this Scottish pack. First scrum of the game.
Bind! Set! Reset. Closer, please. From this side. Too much space. Please, closer.
That's going to help
Thank
us,
you.
because I'll tell you one thing I noticed with this scrum is Ireland allowed Scotland to put all their weight on it.
Feet
and
under your
that's
body,
like
support your body weight.
something you
please.
don't want early days because you're on the back foot from the off.
Let's go now, let's go now.
Ireland's front row of McCarthy, Maloney and McGrath.
Crouch!
It's lovely to see Cleena back starting.
Yep.
And get her opportunity.
Bind! Set! Stay there.
Fed in by Mattinson, trying to break as Evie Gallagher went with the pass instead. Couldn't quite find a way through Lisa Thompson. Scotland recycled. Mattinson.
Stay there.
Mattinson going short-ish and now carrying is McLaughlin.
Not on the ball, play on.
Mattinson just tries to get them going and pick holes, and Stewart carried there, and Mattinson goes again, and it's Thompson with the handoff. Got support from Orr. They worked the narrow side. I think that was Anne Young who took it.
Back.
Mattinson, Malcolm is waiting. Malcolm receives with support.
Tackle release! Not on the line.
Might have been a bit of a high tackle there.
Skeldon. Skeldon driven back.
First knock on blue.
Scotland knock on, Ireland get the scrum, and that's a big victory.
Knock on blue.
It is, because I was just going to say to you, Oisin, someone needs to step forward and cut Scotland's momentum, because they're just getting gain 9, having a nice ruck to set up again, and they were just, everything was being dictated by a Navy jersey.
Thank you, Holly. Okay.
Kira Patti catch a break
Okay,
here.
only
Well, she
we do have a foul play against green.
didn't kind of
7
throw
green.
herself into her high or anything like that. It was more of a collision, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Matt 7 green, sorry.
It's very hard when you're double tackling.
Okay.
It has been TMO.
Captain, captains, captain. We do have foul play. It's penalty only. I tackle by 7 green there. So we start with a PK against Ireland there. After this.
That's fine. Can we just have a consistent theme? They're rolling into our 9's feet. So if we can just clear them out the way.
Yeah.
So she's got clear, like, tackler rolling straight backwards.
Yeah,
rather than-
fine. Yeah,
Any
fine.
captain is watching this. This is great leadership skills by Rachel Malcolm, and you'll see this consistently in
Time
every
still
game.
off.
Very calm, knows the laws of the game, just plants a seed in the referee's head, and that's now what she'll be looking for with Ireland. Are they rolling into the 9? Are they slowing the game? Because that's one thing.
I think,
Obviously, World Rugby don't
the
want
last one was good
from
enough.
any game of rugby is that
Yes,
it's
for
being
sure.
slowed.
For me, that was a great picture.
Yeah,
So if you are doing this, I'm okay with that.
It's pretty amazing that Malcolm is able to do that, considering she was a fairly late starter regards rugby.
All good?
Had played a lot of
Okay,
hockey,
thank you.
represented Scotland at various age grades. Ciara Patty thought initially she got away with it, not the most vicious thing in the world, but
Okay.
it is
Ciara.
a penalty to Scotland. Ciara Patty, who turns 22 on Wednesday, played well for the Clovers in the Celtic Challenge.
Still off, still off.
Comes from a real rugby playing family.
Still time off.
I think you'd see the speed of the
I
senior
tackle
game,
6
which she'll
green.
probably have to get to grips. The great low tackle by Sam, and she actually could have done more damage to Malcolm in a very legal way. But it's just about timing and getting a little bit lower.
Ireland, open the gap.
Well, this place has turned back into a rugby pitch, having been a concert venue during the summer, hosting such bands as Duran Duran and other much younger, much cooler bands, but I wouldn't have been interested in any of those. Nile Rodgers
you're
also
right.
played, by the way. That's a very good take by Wassell, and then it was fumbled, and Nick Ward secures it.
Backwards by Green.
Did the first part right, just couldn't hang on to it.
No, back.
Ireland with a bit of a break.
Use it.
Brittany Hogan, who has changed with the colour of her scrum cap.
Onside, blue.
That's Ciara Patty. That's good. Back to
This is
O'Brien.
over.
That's brilliant by Ireland. Really calm, really consistent, know their game plan and their exit play, just getting it to Dana and just taking a bit of pressure off them. It's probably poor by Emma Wassell standards, considering she wasn't under any pressure. Ireland decided to stay down, so no one actually jumped with her.
Skeldon. Scotland reached the World Cup by finishing as the runner-up at WXV2. Here is Skeldon, who sent it on, carrying his Nelson, gets support.
That's brilliant by Cleena Maloney, just really disrupting their ruck and just slowing the ball down and buying her teammates time to get around and set up their defensive line.
Mattinson on the narrow side, Nelson, strike runner Emma Orr. Emma Orr gains some hard yards there. Mattinson, well taken by Wassell.
Tackle now.
Mattinson, carried by Malcolm. Tackled by Nick Ward, and that's a good strip by Nick Ward, and Monaghan picks it up, an Ireland counter.
Brilliant by Derv. She's renowned for that, especially when you're playing against her. She's a thorn in your side. Brilliant kick.
Fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. That's great for Ireland. They're being consistent. They're allowing,
Yeah.
thinking they're under trouble getting gain line, but just they're sticking to their process, getting in there, making it kind of a contest at the breakdown or when they can with Scotland, and they reap the rewards there.
Skeldon, who came back from a foot injury at the start of the year, making her 81st appearance for Scotland. They've got such experience.
That's true. That's brilliant.
Doesn't mean you don't make mistakes, though, experience.
Scrum the lineup.
I think you jinxed her.
I did.
You bold thing, you.
Scrum the
I
lineup.
assure you it was not on purpose.
Line out.
Listen, if it works for us. But it'll be interesting to see. The thing about Cleena now with Niamh Jones is we can actually hit past 4 here, and that's nothing against Niamh,
Thank
but
you.
consistently
5.
Cleena can hit the back of the lineup, which I think is going to be key to us going forward. Because you eliminate 8 defenders, depending on the lineup, obviously, if they go to a 5. But
Monaghan takes it.
Maul.
Ireland mauling forward. Scuffle McCabe at the back, probing, waiting, instructing.
that's brilliant.
Scuffle McCabe. Ireland looked to move it quickly, but that was a very good tackle. She rushed up to Ramsey. And escaping through the middle is Scuffle McCabe. She has pace. Scuffle McCabe going for the line. Does she have the gas? She was surrounded. Can they keep this attack alive? Good turnover by Scotland in the end. They get the penalty.
Absolutely brilliant by Molly Scuffle-McCabe, and this is something I love seeing her when she's at 9, especially starting, because between the pace of the game and her smarts, you really want a 9 who's she reminds me of Jemison Gibson Park, just always ready to look at the opportunity, whether that's for herself or teammates, to put her opposition under pressure.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
It's just a pity there, momentum rolled her too far, but unbelievable turnover by McLaughlin. She really saved her her team's skin there.
Scuffle-McCabe has mixed playing with Munster and playing in New Zealand in recent times.
Did she not play with Leinster? Because she was with my club in Railway.
Sorry, Leinster, you're right, sorry.
How dare you transfer her?
Listen, it's the start of the season. These things happen.
That's okay. It's probably just because you picked Munster.
Water off, please. Water off, please. Off, please.
I think she's doing veterinary, if I'm not mistaken, in New Zealand. You can also see Sarah Bonner there, so she's obviously, while she's out injured, doing a bit of the backroom stuff and the stats analysis, maybe at line-out time.
Thompson. Skeldon. No mistake this time. And Scotland go quickly with it. Ireland get the scrum.
Scotland are a bit nervy, like there's a couple of unforced turnovers, considering they have a game under their belt and we don't.
That's the mark.
You may have heard some bad language in there. Our apologies for that.
Please support your body.
I know who it was as well.
Well, don't say.
I won't. I wouldn't throw her under the bus. She's a good friend.
You've practically given it away now.
I did, but you have to know who my friends are.
I can tell they're the ones who are swearing.
Yes.
Here's Scuffle-McCabe of Leinster, very much of Leinster.
Not working. Same on this side now.
I don't know what their calls are here, but I'd love to see Siobhan McGrath.
Thank you very much.
Siobhan McCarthy, I beg your pardon. Who's the Lou said we want to get the scrum up on that left-hand side to really put Scotland under pressure, and obviously again,
let's go.
Put pressure on them getting back into the defensive line if we're going to go open. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here now.
Stay tight now. Second! Let's go, Eliana. With you.
Crouch!
Sink. Strong bind, Eliana.
Bind!
Brace!
No break foot, Ireland. No break foot, Ireland.
Cam. Just go quick one.
No break foot.
Interesting call.
Free kick. It's a free kick.
A game that is yet to gather momentum. That's to be expected. Thompson takes advantage and launches it down the pitch, but Ireland will be able to retrieve and get going again. And here comes the counter from Parsons. Great to see her back and playing. She's had injury issues. Made her Ireland debut, her full Ireland debut at the age of 16. Scuffle-McCabe, O'Brien, who wasn't too much older than 16 when she made her full Irish debut.
Well, I don't know if anyone recalls the unbelievable try that Bevan scored in Energia Park, which was a full pitch try against Scotland on a turnover. So it's lovely to see her back.
O'Brien swept across. Parsons, who was obviously part of the sevens setup as well. Here's Raleigh. Plenty of room for her to run into the Toulon player. Gallagher. Ireland try and hold her up.
Advantage. Roll away.
Wow. Corey Fallon getting out of the way quickly there. There's Russell. Thompson. Was that forward?
This is forward. Let's go back.
I think that's an easy call for the referee there.
Well, if I
can't believe you even questioned that.
I know, yeah. Play to the whistle and all that.
10. Number 4.
We're just waiting, really, aren't we, for one of the teams to just take the game by the scruff of the neck. It's a bit lacklustre considering we're, what, 3 weeks out from a World Cup?
We feel there's one round the neck. Can we check it for foul play?
Of course. Which one? Here?
On our number 8.
Oh, okay, okay.
Canada, Wales and Fiji, by the way, in Scotland's group in the World Cup. They open up against Wales on the 23rd at the Salford Community Stadium.
Always a cracking contest between the two of them.
And this is what was being spoken about there.
Scotland, 10.
Scotland secure the possession.
No.
Skeldon amongst those driving on. Ireland forced back. This is a good maul by Scotland.
I was just going to say, I think we could be in trouble here. This is Scotland's bread and butter. Lana Skeldon has a lot of tries under her belt from this very position.
Mattinson. Thompson trying to sneak through. Ireland closed the door.
Tackle!
Great turnover by Emily.
Well, that's confidence if ever there was. Amy Lee Costigan,
No.
vice-captain.
We haven't gotten her in the game enough, so she had to come in and get herself in the game. It's an unbelievable turnover.
Another one of the Olympic crew. O'Brien sends it away.
Thank you.
I actually randomly met a family member of hers who spoke so highly of how humble she is and comes in and just is just family. There's no airs or graces about her, and she's world class.
Thank you.
But again, leading there from the front, and she's going to be hugely important to this, how well we do in this World Cup.
Grace Moore back on the pitch. Another kind of multi-sport athlete, would have played netball to a high level. Dan O'Brien, she's getting away here. Dan O'Brien will chip and chase, and a couple of those in green will follow, but Scotland had cover back. And now they're having a go themselves. This is a great surge by Raleigh. Gets it off to a runner beside her. In support was Clark. Mattinson, Skeldon into the hands of Ramsey, who sent it on. Stabbed through by Emma Orr. Chasing back to try and get there is Parsons. And she just shepherded that one out.
That's very unlikely now, to be honest. But look, great pickup by Dan O'Brien. Looking, and not a bad kick actually. If she just had got a little bit over Raleigh, I think we would have maybe put them in their own 22 and put them under a bit of pressure, maybe a turnover. But unfortunately now we're back in our own.
Open the gap.
Maloney MacDonald,
Good contest. Play on.
who did play
Maul.
in the home World Cup in 2017. Scuffle McCabe fired that one, and it was just too hot to handle, and Scotland have it up, and it's Alex Stewart. Stewart's bringing Scotland right up. Mattinson with plenty of options, including Skeldon. Skeldon to Thompson. Thompson tries to ground.
On the line.
And Scotland get the try, and it's Thompson. She had to work hard to touch that one down, but much to her credit, she did.
Followed by that awkward silence in the studio because it's just totally against the run of play. Really good turnover. Again, I feel like Molly Scuff is just firing balls instead of just taking a little bit of the speed off them, just to get our momentum again and gain line and retain possession. But poor turnover, and we've been punished.
Thank you very much.
And Monaghan tried to get under it, tried to stop that one from being grounded. She couldn't manage to do so. And now Thompson will try and collect the full 7 herself. And she does.
Super kick, shows her experience. Did really well to ground her, considering she'd Sam Monaghan, who's not the lightest. Sam is unlucky there not to get under, unfortunately. Little tip by Lana Skeldon again, 81 caps. She's shown her experience there, knowing that she was going to be double tackled. possibly slow the gain line, the momentum, sorry, that they'd gotten off the turnover. But yeah, hopefully now it'll kick this game into life and Ireland might come back and take it by the scruff of the neck.
And there is always life when these two met. This year's game in the Six Nations at the Hive was very entertaining, particularly if you're a Scotland fan. Scotland winning it late. The year before, Ireland winning 15-12 in Belfast. Bit of a slice clearance there, not what she was looking for. Gives Ireland a bit of field position, a bit of territory, and maybe a bit of an opening.
I think it's going to TMO for hitting a boogie.
Maloney MacDonald goes to the back, and that's good. And that's Monaghan who took it, and on the burst was Corey Fallon. Scuffle McCabe, good pass. Corey Fallon there to carry again. Monaghan will carry. Doesn't get to carry very far, but doesn't lose her head either. Here's Hogan.
Blue last feet.
Scuffle McCabe assessing the options, and it's O'Brien. O'Brien goes outside to Higgins.
Back, Blue, back.
Scuffle McCabe. Dealey.
I have to say, Oisin, I'd rather Ireland set up in Scotland's 22 a little bit closer. I think our carries are too wide because it's just giving Scotland time to get around and set up their defensive line. Plus, we're taking the space of our really, really electric wingers.
Scotland get it away
Inside.
after a good turnover.
Inside. Yeah, they were inside. No problem.
It's a great turnover by Eva Gallagher. Just stays on her feet, really makes a nuisance of herself and rips the ball from Siobhan McCarthy.
When she was nominated for Player of the Tournament in the Six Nations this year, Gallagher, you can see why when you see her doing things like that. Corey Fallon takes it, gets to Scuffle McCabe, gets away from O'Brien, but goes backwards. And now Ciara Paddy with a chance to go. Scuffle McCabe, Hogan. It's a little bit loose again from Ireland. Thompson just kicks it down the line and forces Ireland to turn back towards their own try line. And racing up the left-hand side is Scott. And Dealey kept her head.
Onside, Blue!
I think she just saw her there at the last minute. But this is obviously the homework that Scotland have done. Any turnovers, if they can't run it, they're just looking to kick it and turn Ireland and try and beat them in a foot race.
O'Brien away again. Ireland yet to settle, I think it's fair to say. Again, first warm-up game, so it's understandable, a lot of it.
It is, but the flip side of that is there's nothing to lose in this game. Get the ball, try something, do it. I'd rather us turn over the ball, being aggressive and attacking Scotland, than turn over the ball, you know, being tentative and not really thinking about it. And they just look a little bit lacking in confidence and direction at the moment to me.
Outside.
I wonder what Scott Beeman and his coaching ticket are thinking at the moment. Has come in and very much steadied the ship, Scott Beeman.
He has. He's brought confidence back. You know, there's the talk of the green wave and bringing everyone else along with it, which is lovely to see. There's been huge exposure for the team and everyone behind it. So he spoke about in his pre-match interview about deepening the squad, which he's done. We can obviously see 3 new caps there today. So, like, these jerseys, if he's true to his word, they're up for taking. And I'd like to see people now just getting out there and just trying things.
Besides McGrath is okay, the Donegal woman who started her rugby journey at City of Derry Rugby Club. Stopped off in Belfast along the way and is now studying in Dublin at DCU. Monaghan tries to rob it back and does.
That's brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant work by Sam Monaghan. She never gave up on the pressure she was putting on the Scottish.
But it is a Scottish penalty.
You must have missed that.
Well, this might give us an indication.
Not releasing, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. He's
Definitely a penalty at the ruck.
Skelton
No contest, play on.
found Malcolm, the captain. Scotland tried to break. Thompson queuing up for it, but in front of her was McLaughlin. Madison, that was a very good pass, and breaking through is Scott, and Scott will touch down. Sleight of hand and speed by the Scots, and it gives them their second try.
What a move by Scotland. Ireland did not see that coming, and it was just through a gap and an easy try, but really, really well worked by Scotland.
Scott, who played under 18 for England, but who qualifies for Scotland to her grandparents, was there when she needed to be. It was a really good little slip backwards by Mattinson, wasn't it? It was almost no look. Scott running inside, and it opened up for her.
And this must be a predetermined move, to be honest, because you can see Madison looking for her winger to come off and take that ball, so she timed it really, really well. I think we've seen that the likes of that James Lowe doing that for Ireland, and I'm sure Leinster just the wingers coming off their wing and getting into a gap. Watch it here again, and just obviously they've identified a gap at the what we would normally refer to as the pillar, which is the first person near the ruck. So they've obviously identified that Scotland, that this is a weakness of Ireland's.
I was okay with that, but yeah, of course.
Can Ireland replicate what Scotland did last week?
They might have to.
Because we are now in the same situation.
O'Brien hangs it up in the Cork sky. Kept alive by Dealey. Amy Lee Costigan was on her shoulder, took it into contact. Scuffle McCabe. Hogan. Hogan slipping off one tackle, but not the second. Scuffle McCabe. McCarthy, just a little sleight of hand pass again. Scuffle McCabe, Monaghan, O'Brien. Scotland are really in the Irish faces, aren't they? Here's Amy Lee Costigan.
Now ball is there.
Molly Scuff being that really bowled nine, trying to get a Scottish player in to try to win a penalty.
O'Brien helped it on. Monaghan. Scuffle McCabe. Dan O'Brien. What can she do with this one? It's McGillivray. And Scotland get the penalty.
In from the side by Grace Moore. I don't know, you can challenge me on this, but for me, whether it's Scotland have had a game before them or their experience, but they just seem like a team who are trying everything.
That tells you a lot, doesn't it? His reaction,
does.
he's not happy. He did not see this coming.
No, they just seem more orthodox. They've more choices. They've done their homework. Ireland are very, very predictable. I think their carries are too wide. The ball is in the air too long, and it's just given Scotland time to put, like you just said, that pressure on them. We're not getting any gain line, any momentum, and they're poor turnovers now at this stage. We haven't seen this young lady at all because we just haven't got the ball out to our backs.
She grew up in Hong Kong, qualifies through her Irish dad. Was part of the English system for a while. McGillivray. And anyone from the theatre world will tell you a bad dress rehearsal isn't always the worst thing. And this is what these two games against Scotland and Canada are for the World Cup. I'm really trying to spin the positive there, I know. That's a good chase and follow up by Grace Moore. But it's still Scottish ball.
Tackle!
Young carried. Madison. Thompson to clear. Oh, it's a knock on. Most un-Parsons-like.
And let me be clear, I'm not trying to be negative. I suppose it's a frustration knowing what we can do and the players that we have there. And they're small adjustments. They're just basics of rugby. If you have the ball, if you can get gain line, if you can look after your ruck, you will make things happen.
Thank you very much.
But without that momentum and putting some phases together, we're really not getting ourselves into the game. But look, like you said, it's no harm. We need to get the cobwebs off. We haven't had a game since Scotland in the Six Nations, which is what, the end of April. So it's been a while now, and I'm sure it's been a long 9 weeks pre-season for these.
Line out and scrum, more the line out, please. Don't break the 10 before my, no problem. Yeah, thank you very much. Great, thank you.
I imagine with everything that has gone on, Scotland are fired up as well.
Girls?
Absolutely,
Yes.
and look, they won't be
Small
impressed.
things.
They would have had,
10
you know,
meters
they
to
have a
backs,
game
don't
under their
break it 10
belts.
meters
They've,
before
you know,
my
they
hands
didn't
off.
have a good
Thank
first
you.
20 minutes, but Brian Easton said
Time
after
to
that,
go.
you know, they really did some good things and came back to just barely lose to Italy 34-29. So they had lots of homework to work on. Ireland don't have that luxury this week, but they will do coming into Canada next week.
Malcolm knocked it off the top. It has fallen to Thompson. Now trying to crash through is McLaughlin. Mattinson. Skeldon. Trying to slip away from Moore. That's not easy to do, and Moore made her tackle. Much to her credit here. Scott got it off to Orr. Raleigh was waiting for it. Raleigh.
Just looks a lot easier for Scotland now. Again, nice little tip on. Amy Lee had no choice because she'd three.
Yep.
She did 3 on 1, so does she stay close or does she go out wide? Very hard. She's left short on numbers, so Ireland aren't actually folding quick enough, so meaning they're not lining up in the correct, in the opposite number with Scotland. So
Yeah. Second.
that's going to always put us under pressure.
Time still off. Time still off, please. Doctor on the field.
Sam's going up.
Just a second.
Well, the end result is an Ireland line out.
Martin needs time.
I used to hate that when you were playing, you know. They're like,
No,
oh, Sam's going up. We're
second.
like, you don't know what we're doing.
Knocked down to Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien helps it on. That is Grace Moore trying to bash her way through.
Play on.
Scuffle McCabe. Hogan. Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien.
Hold Ireland!
O'Brien. Raleigh has the measure of it. Waiting for her was Higgins.
Good clean out. Ball out.
Scotland go again. Gallagher. Moore grips onto her. Did enough to bring her to ground, but it's still Scottish ball. Thompson. McCarthy, among others, trying to hold her up and hold her out.
Don't play the 9. Don't play the 9.
Mattinson, Gallagher.
Tackle!
Maloney MacDonald putting in hard work, but still Scotland have it.
Use it! Inside.
Mattinson. Deely. Has to just put the brakes on and keeps it alive. Stays in play.
She did so well there.
She really did. Scuffle McCabe. Scrum half goes again. O'Brien. Raleigh eyeing this one up, or I beg your pardon, it's actually Ramsey. Not a bad kick from O'Brien.
You'd find that with your backs. Obviously, Chloe Raleigh went on her run, so you'd always have in place who's going to cover if your full-back or your winger goes on a trot.
Had to measure this one perfectly, and she did.
Great kick.
Ireland, don't close the gap.
Loves a bit of a pink streak in the hair. You could rock that.
I'd have to have hair to have a pink strip in my hair. Gallagher
Play on.
came back to Skeldon. Good tackle by Sam Monaghan. Little bit of air on that, but it's okay. And Scotland clear their lines. Deely. Now, can they open up a bit of space here and go at pace? Scuffle McCabe. Bit of a loose one, falls the way of McGillivray. Scuffle McCabe.
On the chest.
Kiripati.
On the chest. Roll away, Blue!
Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien.
On!
Chooses to run it to Ramsey. Good tackle by Parsons, who I think got up. Sorry, I beg your pardon, it was Eve Higgins. And Ireland get the penalty. Great
Yes.
work by Eve Higgins.
And Maloney MacDonald in there on the clean is so smart on reading the game, and I'd like to see her getting into more of that, but sure, if we're not getting tackles, low tackles, which Eve did, unbelievable there, and has to be given credit for this turnover. Really positive by Ireland now. Hopefully we can capitalise on this. It'd be nice just before the half to get a score on the board. Chloe Raleigh telling her experience to Ramsey there. If I could lip read, I think she's telling her, listen, don't be taking any chances, get it out there with a kick.
Rachel, if you need more.
Thompson and Scott with the tries
There.
for Scotland.
Go with Scotland this time.
Both converted by Thompson.
Okay, time back on.
Brian
Holding.
Eason, the Scotland coach, watching on.
Who will be the happier of the two now at this stage, and looks the happier, more calm anyway.
O'Brien for the corner. And she has found it.
Sheer numbers, please. 5.
Is Sam Monaghan the target here? Yes, she is.
Not straight.
But it wasn't straight, as you could hear.
Not straight and compete.
Oh, I think that's very harsh.
Line out or line out.
I think it's just, if it had been to Sam's inside hand, which would be her left hand, I think they would have got away with that because it was so outside. It probably was the right call with the referee, unfortunately.
Skeldon. Overcooked it a little bit. Maloney McDonald goes after it.
Take it
Tried
back.
to get a hand on it as it bounced inside, but we'll come back for an Ireland scrum.
Scrum 5. Take it back. Scrum 5, Ireland.
Let's go. Let's go now.
Clear break foot, please. Thank
And
you.
Maloney McDonald can be a bit of a poacher. And she saw it just
Until
bouncing
Mike
in the in-goal area. Had she got a
Thank you.
hand on it, it would have been a
Feet
clever.
Close.
Oh, very clever. I said she's very smart. She's she would like Del Boy Charter now. She would have got it. She would have picked the pockets there of Scotland.
Tax disc in post.
I have a somewhere, darling. I have a somewhere.
Bind.
She's not a reliant Robin, though. She's got a powerful engine. Not that those three-wheelers don't. Anyway, Scuffle McCabe. Can Ireland break from the back? It's Hogan who loves to charge forward. Scotland tried to swallow her up, but it's still Ireland ball, and it's Sam Monaghan.
We just need to retain the ball now. Tight carries, keep the gain line going, keep the momentum.
Siobhan McCarthy had it there.
Advantage.
Oh, I think a Scottish player's got hurt there. You can hear the cries. Let's hope she's okay. It's Skeldon who's down. Well, the primary focus right now has to be the care of that player. Let's hope she's okay.
There's Siobhan's twin, Kate. You
think
always
it was,
spot someone in an Irish crowd, won't you? And her parents, Paddy and Margaret.
Incident. Yeah. I was penalizing her for not rolling, but was due to injury. I think. So I'm going to restart with a scrum. Yeah.
So we'll have a stoppage for as long as we need to. That's the right thing to do. Brittany Hogan getting more into it, carrying a bit more. Ireland, I think it's fair to say, in the last maybe 5 minutes, settling down a bit.
Yes, they're finally just getting it. As I said, just taking the game by the scruff of the neck. There's nothing to lose here. Get the cobwebs off. Just take the ball, try things, but try it on a positive that we're attacking Scotland. We're letting them come at us. That we're letting them force our own turnovers, and we don't look confident. But that they're starting to grow into it. You can really see the likes of Dorothy's absence and Aoife Wafers from the point of view, not that we don't have skillful players here, but they're two of our main ball carriers that get us the momentum. But Sam has done really well. I'd like to see Maloney McDonald get on the ball a little bit more, because she's so skillful and a baller. She is that Dan Sheehan type player for us, but isn't getting enough opportunity. And obviously we have the likes of Amy Lee. We have not seen her at all because we just can't get the ball out to her.
Well, those are the two Scottish tries. The first one from Thompson, the second one from Scott. Some of their fans have made their way to Cork for this game.
Sorry, Rachel. We are going to
Don't forget, Ireland against Canada in the second of Ireland's World Rugby World Cup warm-up games is next Saturday at 10 to 12 on BBC Two Northern Ireland, or you can check it out on iPlayer. And of course, we've got all the games live on BBC Radio Ulster and BBC Sounds from the Women's World Cup, starting with Ireland against Japan from Northampton, Franklin's Gardens, on Sunday, the 24th of August. The Japan game, followed by the Spain game, followed by the New Zealand game, all live on BBC Radio Ulster, BBC Radio Foyle, and BBC Sounds.
I'll be one of many who I've spoken to are heading over to the Amex, if it's still called that, in Brighton for the New Zealand game. So I'd say most of Ireland are going over to that.
I'd say so. It's a very accessible World Cup, isn't it?
Yes, which is
Martin
brilliant.
of Loughborough is warming up here.
I didn't see what happened, Lana Skeldon, whether she's gone into spasm or her ankle got caught in the ground. I'm not sure.
Pleasant day in Cork for this game. Slight breeze, warm temperatures.
His headpiece could also suit you.
Apparently rain on the way, but that won't be here until Sunday evening.
Fantastic to see the crowds are still coming out, and Virgin Media Park it's such a small stadium, but it just, the sound reverberates around, so we need something though to get this crowd into the game.
Yep. Was renamed, it would be known over the years as Musgrave Park, home of Sunday as well and Dolphin rugby clubs. Would have hosted various sporting events over the years as well, including, I think it was a UEFA Cup rather than a European Cup game between Cork City and Bayern Munich back in the early 90s. A 1-1 draw that day. Dave Barry, a bit like yourself, Lindsay, a multi-sport athlete, scoring the goal for Cork City.
What an amazing result.
They only lost the away leg 2-0. 2 goals in the last 10 minutes.
Cork people will be happy with that. They've had not a happy few weeks.
That's very true. Scotland have had a happy start with regards to the scoreboard here, and the players having to re-enter and do the warm-ups, a bit like the Lions today. There is a stoppage granted for a very different reason. That game stopped for rain.
Also a very stop-start match.
Yep, good to see the fans mixing. It is one of the great things about rugby, actually, fans mixing. I love when you can do that and go to a game and sit beside someone from the opposition or whatever. Just have a bit of fun. All good-natured, yeah.
There's Leah Lyons, ex-Irish international. Heavily involved with the underage setups and the Clovers, I think, as forwards coach. So it's lovely to see her back in the system. Another great rugby brain and Cork native. Better give her that accolade.
There's some debate amongst Munster fans as to whether or not more big games should come to Cork. If they do, and they actually, I say if they will be going to Cork, a couple of big games will be played at Páirc Uí Chaoimh, because this place, it just couldn't hold a big European game, Champions Cup game, or even one of the bigger URC games. It has held smaller URC games.
And obviously the famous ground of the men's under-20s. So it's lovely to see, because I especially think Cork, as a county, it needs more input of rugby games and getting fans in, especially on the women's side of things. Though we've Munster and UL, they come predominantly from the likes of UL and some of the Clare clubs and Tipperary clubs feeding into that. So it's lovely to see them, and they've gotten a great response in Páirc Uí Chaoimh.
It's funny with Peter O'Mahony, he was asked about things he won't miss when he retires, and he said one of them was the Cork to Limerick road, because Munster, primarily the men's team, would train in Limerick, and obviously they play most of their games in Thomond Park, and he said he will not miss that Cork-Limerick road. And I have to say, having travelled that road many times, I do not blame him.
And as an Audi ambassador, that's saying something when he has such a comfortable car.
Other cars are available.
I am not plugging that, by the way.
What do you do as a player in this particular situation where you're effectively having to re-enter a warm-up, etc.?
To be honest, I think this break will hopefully help us. It'll calm nerves. It's getting the management in. You can see Dennis Fogarty there for his forwards. You can see Larissa Muldoon, who would be heavily involved in the back. So I think this break is going to suit us rather than Scotland, because if we're honest, they've held the momentum or created most of the momentum in this first half. So it's something we don't want to see for Lana Skeldon, but obviously she's broken her leg there, possibly, hopefully not. But it's never a good sign when you see the green whistle.
Yeah, well, let's hope that that is just purely precautionary and that the injury is not that serious. The fans giving her a warm round of applause and a bit of a send-off. Let's hope that she will be back not before too long. So Martin has come in for Scotland.
That's the mark.
Not ideal coming in on your first scrum.
No, and it is with an Irish scrum we do resume. I imagine for the Scottish players, they have to try and keep their focus because it's tough when you see your teammate going off like that.
Absolutely.
Scuffle McCabe feeds. Can Ireland get themselves on the board? Scuffle McCabe running off, spots a bit of space. Hogan switches the angle. Higgins with support from McGillivray.
Great carry by Eve.
Ireland looking to force their way through. That's a carry from Kiripati. Scuffle McCabe. Maloney MacDonald.
Now Scotland look narrow if we can get this ball out wide and quickly.
Hogan. She likes to go straight through walls, Hogan, rather than around them. Scuffle McCabe. Ireland asking questions of Scotland here.
This needs to go out the back and out to our wingers.
Scuffle McCabe regathers. Is that Maloney MacDonald darting for the line? She is held up and held out. Here's McCarthy. Just looked like it was opening up for her. Scotland avert the danger for now.
Oh, no. See ya.
Need to get that ball back now because it looks like it's going to be held up. Yes.
Oh, and Ireland will get in. Will they? No, they won't. It was just unlucky. Parsons was leaning first.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah. Here.
Obviously great work by Maloney MacDonald there, like targeting her new opposition number, forcing her into the penalty and collapsing.
Scrum call.
Well, they had the option of the penalty and kicking it into the corner, but they want the scrum for, I think, the reason that you outlined there, that maybe they feel they have their number.
I apologise, I think it's actually on McGrath's side with the collapse.
No problem.
I think that ball could have gone out a bit earlier. Great option, we probably just rushed it and had a little bit more time, but look, we're getting there, we're making inroads.
You can see the improvement throughout the half, which is a good sign.
Yes.
Close.
That's all you can ever ask, really.
Yeah. Crouch!
It's amazing how maybe that one game Scotland played before this, and a good game it was as well, it's made such a difference. Yes, I know there's been 6 changes, but still a lot of those players would have got game time. Here's Scuffle McCabe. What have Ireland got here? Scuffle McCabe wants it. Hogan standing over to Hogan, who takes one-handed pass to Scuffle McCabe. Higgins pumping the legs, had support from McGillivray. And now it's Kiripati. Monaghan will take it on herself. Almost. Ireland go again. Here is McGrath. Sive McGrath getting over the line. A really good try from the Donegal woman. And Ireland are off the mark.
Isn't that class to see so many of her teammates? Obviously a very likeable player and someone who's worked very hard for the last while. And a big fabulous smile on her face. That's brilliant. And nothing short of what Ireland deserve. They've worked hard. They've gone through. Look how dangerous we can be when we put phases together. Quick ball and coming around the corner. Scotland couldn't handle us. Brilliant finish by Sive McGrath. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Sive McGrath, who will turn 21 during the World Cup, gives herself an early present.
Look at that for a 20-year-old. Like that's fantastic. She didn't panic. She kept plugging her legs. Could have put it down earlier and would have been held up.
O'Brien, unlucky.
That's one thing actually I'd like to see. I'm not taking away Dan O'Brien is an exceptional kicker of the ball especially. But I'd like us to have 2 options with a right-footed kicker and a left-footed kicker, because I think in these games in the World Cup it could come down to just those few points. And again, we've put away 2 instead of being 14-7, we're now 14-5.
Fiona Tuitt coming in. Just a very talented sports person, but rugby has been given all her focus now. Here's Parsons, who looked determined as she carried there, didn't she? Scuffle McCabe. Support from McCarthy on the carrier. And it's Ireland who get the penalty. And Ireland are very much on top at the moment.
Tails up, isn't it?
Yep.
Very, very different attitude now. And just to note, I think Sam Monaghan was always on restricted minutes because obviously she's played a big part. Gillian is not a happy camper there beside her, but yeah, Sam did some really good things a year out and has had a good 35 minutes under her belt, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, she didn't look in any way perturbed there, did she? Eva?
No, if anything, more determined than ever.
Yep. Maloney MacDonald finds her target, Fiona Tuitt. That's a good start for Fiona Tuitt. Trying to get her way through is Grace Maloney. It's good stuff from Moore.
No hands!
Scuffle McCabe. Hogan. Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien went short to Higgins. Scuffle McCabe. Into the hands of McGillivray. Scuffle McCabe switches it. And that's Kiripati who carried. She's coming more into it as well. They're all getting on more, Paul. O'Brien, Higgins. Higgins goes outside. Maeve Deely. Does she have the wheels? Maeve Deely charging for the corner. Maeve Deely.
That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This is much more what we expect from this Irish team. Phases, quick ball, looking after their ruck. No time on the ground. Like anything that's been good over the last 12 months for Ireland, their ruck speed has been 3 to 5 seconds. We're starting to see that now, and we're starting to see the results of that. Much more positive. Eve Higgins coming into the game.
Great pass by O'Brien, and brilliant from Higgins, as you say. Just waited that split second and drew in some defenders, opened the hole for Deely, and Deely ran through it.
Whatever about skillful athletes, we have some really talented athletes with really high rugby IQ, and Eve Higgins is definitely one of them.
20 seconds.
It's simple, it looks simple, but it's the phases before that create that one-on-one and that option for Eve. Just keep the ball in two hands, draw that defender in, and like the 2v1 with the winger, Scott was just putting her under pressure. She had to make a decision, and Eve would have gone through herself, but she came through and she gave the ball off. What a conversion.
What a response as well, because she missed the last one, O'Brien, but she would have been really disappointed with that one from a much harder position, yet still she put it between the sticks.
Game on.
Very much so. Scotland, who were 14-0 up,
Sorry.
pegged back a bit.
Again, great offload by Dana O'Brien. Just Scottish player wants super conversion. Would have been nice to see her in the Euros take a few penalties.
Parsons. Scuffle McCabe. Kiripati. O'Brien. Scotland through Raleigh, counter-attack. Brings it through heavy court traffic.
Oh, leave green.
If you've ever been caught going into the tunnel in Cork, you know how heavy the traffic can be. Evie Gallagher.
Roll.
Ireland get the penalty. They are just on top.
Really good, really built in confidence. It's just a very different team for the second half of this first half, the second 20 minutes. Brilliant by Siobhan there. Just got herself locked on the ball, looked at the referee.
Thank you.
Makes it a really easy call for her.
Last ball. Yeah.
Brittany Hogan, new scrum cap, but same old player. And that's a compliment.
Am I right? And her previous one was red?
More veering towards Navy, if I recall. Maybe she's had a couple of them, but the last one I think was veering towards Navy.
Bind! Set!
Even at times in recent years when Ulster were kind of struggling, Brittany Hogan was a standout player.
What?
Absolutely. She's not the easiest to tackle. She's so weighty and strong and just a phenomenal athlete. So, no, you never want to see her with the ball, but she's always consistent.
Amy Lee Coskell would chase this one up, and it was fumbled by Lloyd, and Ireland get the penalty.
Everything going Ireland's way now. The pendulum really swung in our favour. It'd be nice to get a score just for half-time.
Number 7.
We don't see enough of the Gary Owen really in the women's game, which is great for us because we've such quick wingers and great athletes who would have played GAA. So maybe something we can see a lot more of in the World Cup, but maybe next week against Canada.
Maloney MacDonald, can Ireland go in at half-time in front? Just slightly overcooked. O'Brien tried to get there, but it does come to green hands. It was messy, but it's okay. Higgins. Ireland carry and use their power.
That's a brilliant carry.
Scuffle McCabe goes short-ish. That was Fiona Tuitt. O'Brien, Higgins, nice step. Scuffle McCabe, trying to weave her way through with Tuitt. Can Ireland find a way? Corey Fallon places Maloney MacDonald. Maloney MacDonald tries to drive and do it all herself, bringing half of Scotland with her. Scuffle McCabe, O'Brien, Deely, Parsons. They're trying to force her out, get her to ground.
No, Bolly's there. Stay on.
Syed McGrath looking for a second try.
No, Blue. No.
Siobhan McCarthy with support from Hogan. And Corey Fallon in there as well. Scuffle McCabe, Fiona Tuitt. Scuffle McCabe recycles. Here's Kirapati. And they just lose it, and Scotland will have the chance to counter.
Tuna con. Time is off.
Well, a very exciting first half of rugby. As a player did get what looked to be a fairly serious injury, so let's hope that Lana Skeldon is okay. Ireland did not start this game well. Tries from Thompson and Scott, which were both converted, had Ireland trailing by 14 points to 0, but they've since made their way back into the game with Deely and McGrath crossing the whitewash and O'Brien getting an amazing conversion. At the break in Cork, it's Ireland 12, Scotland 14. Welcome back for the second half here in Virgin Media Park, the Musgrave Park in Cork. Bartlett on for the second half for Scotland, the Sail Shark, making her 45th appearance. Scotland leading by 2 at the break. They were 14-0 up at one stage after tries from Thompson and Scott, both converted by Thompson, but Deely and McGrath crossed the whitewash, and O'Brien converted one of those tries. And that means it's a 2-point game as we head into the second period. 14 plays 12, Scotland leading. Lindsay, Pete, what are you expecting from the second half?
I expect that hopefully Ireland can keep on the momentum that we saw at the last 20 minutes of the first half. They really started to grow into the game, but I'd hate to see them reset themselves and have that stop-start period that we saw in the first 20 minutes. Like when we put phases together, nice tight carries, good decisions by Dan O'Brien when it was on to kick. So I'd like them to build on all the positive stuff at the end of that first half. Get another score early, be really nice, settle them in early.
A 42nd match between these two. Scotland have won 23, Ireland have won 18. There's been a draw when they last met in the Six Nations this year. Scotland won 26-19 in a very tight and entertaining game the year before. Ireland won by 3, 15-12.
Never any love lost anyway between us, as much as we like their anthem.
Girls numbers, 1. How many?
Fisher numbers.
6, 9.
Probably something for Scott Beeman and his management to look at, like what ways can you work to get their team, to get us into a game early, but just settle the nerves in that sense, do the basics really well, get the momentum flowing early off, because I think we tried to win the game probably first or make an impact really early, but it just wasn't going our way. So how do we change that?
Scuffle McCabe trying to dig that one out.
Down by Green, play on.
Hogan supporting Higgins. Scuffle McCabe. Ireland try and crash their way through. Good driving and pumping of the legs by Grace Moore. Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien. And there's that Gary Owen that you wanted to see more of, Lindsay.
Yes, I did. Look at
And that's why. And here's Parsons. Scuffle McCabe. Corey Fallon.
Play on.
Corey Fallon, that's okay, because she was clear and then grabbed it again. Corey Fallon, still Corey Fallon, needed a runner off the shoulder. Scuffle McCabe, Sive McGrath.
very impressed with Sive McGrath so far, getting into the game and really good carries, really smart.
Trying to crash over there is McGilvray. Scuffle McCabe, shoot. Well, I'm sure we'll be supporting the Dubs in the All-Ireland final tomorrow. Ireland so close. Is that Sive McGrath again? No, it's Maloney McDonald, I beg your pardon. Can be hard to see when they disappear into a...
And their hair is the same colour with the same style. Thankfully, I didn't do the braids. I hadn't got enough hair.
That's Ciara Patty, I think, carrying.
Obviously, one of the messages we can see, if anyone's noticed, the depth of Ireland's runners and ball carriers are a little bit deeper. They're coming onto the ball with pace, and Scotland actually can't live with us. Grace Moore is one example there. Was it Fiona Chute was the second person there? You can just see great Gary on. This is what I want to see. Is this the advancement of Irish rugby in a tactical sense now? We have two amazing wingers who are from a GA background, who are so potent when they get into open space. Put the ball up and under and see what we can get. What's the worst can happen? We're going to win territory anyway.
Parsons played a bit of Gaelic football herself. Of course, her cousin Tom, even though she's from Mayo, her cousin Tom played for... she's from Galway. Her cousin Tom played for Mayo. I knew I'd get there in the end.
Her poor dad is a tortured man, being a Mayo man. What can you do?
Scotland with the goal line clearance, having held Ireland up in the in-goal area, and that is straight out, and it is a line out for Ireland.
Scrum or kick? What do you want? Scrum or kick?
Strange error by Miss Thompson, considering her experience, but look, we're not going to ask any questions. Really good position by Ireland. I'd like to see a little bit more consistency. Bit surprised at how inconsistent our line-out has been. It's something that wasn't really functioning consistently during the Six Nations, and you have to have two platforms to work off, both your scrum and your line-out, to get launch ball for our backs.
Maloney McDonald I know she's been back a while, but how good is it that she is back?
It's just
Here's
brilliant.
O'Brien, gives to Higgins. We'll come back to that point in a second because hopefully Ireland can mount something here. Kiripati waits, Kiripati carries. Scuffle McCabe, digging it out. Just...
We're lucky there with a penalty coming. But to go back on your point with Maloney McDonald, it's just so good to see her back. And it's so good to see her starting because I think it's something that I don't think she's a bench player personally. Yes, she's always going to bring impact because of her experience, but for me, she's someone that needs to be on a pitch from the start. Now, that's not against Niamh Jones. Ironically, actually, I'd love to see both of them on the pitch together. I'd love to see Niamh Jones at 6, and I'd love to see Clean at 2.
Maloney McDonald finds her target, Fiona Jewett. Ireland get them all going, or try to anyway.
Sack's good, let it go! Don't play the 9.
Scuffle McCabe, more waiting, as is Higgins. More supports Higgins. Scuffle McCabe, Jewett was waiting, but someone else got there.
Cy McGrath jumped in there. Yeah.
Siobhan McCarthy, Cy McGrath jumping the queue. Siobhan McCarthy trying to get to the line. Scuffle McCabe. Maloney McDonald, close, but not on or over. Still there for Ireland. Scuffle McCabe, McCarthy is waiting. Goes a little bit deeper to O'Brien, who gives it to the centre, and she'll run over, and that's McGillivray, who scores a debut try.
Brilliant for Ireland, and I love that Scuffle McCabe, whether it was a call from Dana O'Brien, we spoke about this at the end of the first half, that Scotland are actually very narrow when there's those close carries. There's a certain point where they're so narrow that it should be just an easy try for the backs, and you can see Molly Scuffle McCabe looking up here, watch her head out to Dana, and Scotland just have this rush defence and the gap just opened up. It's an easy one there.
I think they are quick enough to move.
Absolutely brilliant by Ireland.
No problem. No problem.
Well, there's the message. Bring me to the World Cup.
Thank you, Mate.
When she's some competition with Aoife Dalton breathing down her neck.
Ok.
Again, apologies if you heard a word that you didn't want to hear there. It's amazing with O'Brien. She's obviously capable because of the one that she did land. It was actually more difficult than the 2 that she's missed.
It seems to be the higher degree of the higher the chance.
Put her out in the wing in a gale,
exactly.
and she landed. Put her in front of the sticks, and
thank you. I had tongue-tied there.
it's okay, it happens.
I think he'd be a lot happier now with the start of this first half, or second half, I beg your pardon.
Maloney McDonald. Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien. O'Brien goes with the Gary Owen again. It's happening so much, it is not coincidence. It's obviously a plan. It did seem to be a tip-on off an Irish finger there.
It was, unfortunately, Lee, and I suppose I'm not a winger, but it's that decision, isn't it? Do you let the Scottish player win it, and then you just chop your feet and get a tackle? Probably in that instance, but I mean, you've one focus, and that's getting the ball, so it's hard mid-decision or mid-run to change your decision.
Clear break foot, don't push before the ball. Thank you.
Obviously, a message to the referee seemed to be a key area to look at is this break foot. You can hear the referee consistently saying it, so it's obviously something they're going to look at for the World Cup.
I've got one.
Crouch!
Already 2 changes in that front row for Scotland. Bartlett and Martin in for Young and Skeldon. Skeldon forced off through injury. And again, we hope she's okay.
Take your space. If you are too close, take more space.
Speaking of forwards and packs and all that, Ireland going with the 6-2 split for this game.
I think that's one of the first times they've done that, and I am open for correction, but obviously it's something they looked at and wanted with Scotland, so again, I assume it's a tactical decision.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of those forwards who've been out injured. Dervlin Nicavard is waiting to come in. Ailish Quinn obviously is a young under-20s player who's made an impact and wants to get game time, so I'd say a mixture of tactical and looking to get new players in and getting injured players back out.
Set!
Martinson.
Stepping up. Both. Standing up, both sides. Reset.
There was that no love loss I was speaking about.
Time off, please. Time off.
I think you can hear it. McCarthy, Maloney,
Both
McGrath
sides for me, I didn't see a clear
have performed well in the front row.
Um,
Martin has picked up a knock now as well, and this is
ladies,
exactly what
front
Scotland don't need, because
I didn't see a clear infringement in this situation. Both sides for me.
she
standing
came on
up.
as an injury
I need a
replacement.
push straight, square, both sides from the beginning to the end, please. Give us a big, give us.
I think
a better
Ireland are
picture.
very unlucky there. It looked like Simon McGrath put so much pressure on Bartlett there that they, well, actually, on Martin there, that she popped up,
Sorry. No.
The angle quite left the mark, so I feel like my slot.
which is really good.
Very good.
McGrath
Okay,
started
okay.
off as a loose head. Now, I was a loose head, and I absolutely despised being moved over to tight head. They're just two very
On this
contrasting
side,
positions,
we didn't see-
and for your
Yeah.
the key positions
On
for
this
your
side,
scrum to be
we didn't
successful
see
is
a-
your
no,
tight
no,
head.
we-
You know, there's so
we
many
had a
famous
good
tight
picture
heads we
on
could
this
list.
side. I would say there. I think
And that's another
both
thing we
sides
spoke
are
about
not
Maloney
giving us
McDonald's
a
experience.
better picture.
You can hear her demanding close the gap on the line out. You'll hear her tactically move her two props into position if she needs it. She'll decide where they're going to attack the opposing scrum.
Jugang and O'Dowd coming in.
Bring in the big guns, huh?
That's right.
Great chip by Simon McGrath. She should be very proud. I remember her first cap was a tough outing. She had a lot of growing to do and quickly because of decisions made, so she didn't get that time to really blood in, but she has absolutely been a credit to herself, and you can see the hard work she's put in. And as I said, to change position is really difficult because you have to bulk up.
From memory, that was a loss to Wales, wasn't it? And like a fairly big one as well.
A fairly big one, yeah. And it really, you know, starting off for a new birth of Irish rugby and a new cohort of players, so it was always going to be difficult. We've all been there, whether we're older or young, and it's a tough time to be in, but the girls have worked tirelessly and brought themselves out the other side.
O'Dowd and Jugang packing down, both powerful.
Set!
Gallagher trying to claw it out.
That's a great scrum.
You can see the impact that Jugang and O'Dowd, otherwise known as Noddy, have made immediately.
Yeah, well, I think
Sidestep under pressure.
Linda's getting credit. I thought it was Noddy now, to be honest, on the other side, but regardless, the pack is as one, so it's an Irish win.
It's a collective credit. O'Brien for the corner.
Linda's great there. She's just
Out of
stays
the 22.
square. And their collective push is brilliant. Really just felt the pressure, and Scotland going backwards and collectively just went after them.
Maloney MacDonald. Good take. And Kiripati Burson gives to Moore. Scuffle McCabe. Hogan. Ireland faster and sharper so far in the second half.
Coming onto the ball, Scotland can't live with us.
Hogan. O'Brien. O'Brien finds Higgins. Higgins, brilliant footwork there, and then the pass just wasn't what she was looking for. And
Look on in the tackle.
Lee Costigan
Play him.
tried to keep it alive but couldn't.
Ball was out. Sorry, my bad. Knock on in the tackle.
Still a good end result for Ireland to get the scrum.
Absolutely.
Subs. 9 blue. 9 blue. I think it was in the tackle. Was a knock. There was a knock on. There was a knock on in the tackle. Just second, yeah, for some. Yeah. No, always.
Brebner Holden is in for Scotland. Started playing rugby at the age of 9 in the UAE, where she was living at the time.
Obviously started last week for Scotland, so it'll be interesting to see what she can do now coming off the bench.
Time off.
If we can get the same return from this scrum as we did in the previous, I think we should go over the whitewash now.
Is it deliberate? Any overlap, or do we need to see?
The TMO is involved here because something may have been spotted.
Well, I don't know if anyone heard of.
It's deliberate.
You might have heard
So let's
Emily
go 10.
Koskinen telling the referee, could she check it?
For the overlap.
She felt it was deliberate. Again, great leadership skills by Amy Lee, just planting the seed.
We are having a look on the overlap.
Yeah, on the screen. Good.
Time off. TMO check.
Grant coming in on Higgins here, I think, is it?
Yes, and I've been guilty of many of these where I've been
Mate, do you have the wider
shouted at for a yellow card.
Corrine Grant, who wasn't named to start initially,
so for me,
but,
there is
was a late
clear
inclusion for Rona
overlap.
Lloyd.
There is another defender close to the try line, so for me, it's going to be a yellow card against. Can you give me the 14 blue?
Yeah.
Okay. 14 blue.
I think it's the right call by the referee because if you look at Grant's hips and shoulders, she's making no effort to make a tackle.
Sure.
Like if it's the last tackle you're getting down and you're making it, or you're wrapping, but she just kept the arm out, similar as if you're playing basketball. So she made no effort to play the ball there.
Yet another sport that you excelled at.
Well, I don't know excel, but I played anyway.
You have a few national cups, don't you?
I do.
How many?
2 national cups and a couple of National League titles. So I miss it. I've been playing Masters recently, so that's been good. Haven't lost competitiveness as I still roll.
Oh, were you with the Ireland squad in Switzerland?
I wasn't, unfortunately, but they were presented last week at the games against Norway for the senior women, and it was just brilliant to see. I followed both the over 40s, not the under 40s, over 40s and over 45s. So.
Scuffle McCabe feeds. Ireland up against 14, 15 against 14. Ireland very much with the momentum.
Unbelievable scrum.
Hogan controlling it with the feet at the back still on the Irish side. Hogan now takes it in hand.
Back!
Scuffle McCabe. O'Dowd.
Advantage.
Scuffle McCabe has them queuing up, including Chute, who's got support from Moore.
I think she did us dirty there.
He's there. Body's there.
And they get the penalty now because Scotland didn't roll away.
Captain. Here or there? 2 different finishment.
I'd be asking the referee now how many penalties are Scotland on.
Where? Here or there? Here, please.
Scrum call?
Yeah.
Scrum
Great
call.
decision.
Yeah. Time off, please.
Since the replacement props, we've just had the upper hand in the scrum, and I would. It's a great decision. You'd be just continuing to put them under pressure. It's an unbelievable scrum. Front row in great position. The back 5 just giving all the power.
Just what the area of the field we are. Is this going to be last one with where we're going, or do we?
It's okay. You're doing the picture at the moment is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
The picture at the moment is fine. Not change any angles, please.
Okay.
Great.
We're going to try and do the same as we did before.
Great.
I assume what Brittany means is she's going to keep the ball in and really put Scotland under pressure rather than taking out. And she's asking the referee, if we do that, are you going to penalise them? Or what more do you want us to do, basically, to give us the penalty?
Yeah, coming in. Second. Linda, you got all day. Yeah. Well, you're behind the scrum.
Crouch!
Let's go in.
Bind!
Yeah, one.
Set! Both sides. Elbow up, please. Scotland, elbow up, don't pull down. Both sides, please.
I think we should take snapshots of Clena's faces just to see exactly what she's trying to communicate to the referee.
Coming in.
Amy Lee Costigan and Dan O'Brien.
Second.
Plotting.
Lovely height. So
I imagine that the plasters on the knees are because this is a 4G.
Oh, it's so sore and it's when you've gone from grass to this, actually there's no give.
Yeah.
So when you're landing, all the balls go back.
Set!
You turn them over in the first few minutes anyway.
Ireland get another penalty, and Hogan breaks. Hogan has a try in mind. Support from Higgins. Scuffle McCabe. Chewits. Scuffle McCabe. Grace Moore. She'll surely get there. She does she? The fans thought so too. Scuffle McCabe. It's still in play. O'Dowd. Moore goes again. Now presented. O'Dowd.
There's a knock-on there. Let's go back. 16, play the 9.
Sorry, ref, that's 5 penalties.
I understand.
Excellent boy, Brittany. Excellent. I'm not sure the referee would appreciate the number that she's counting, but just might be easier to ask the question. But we said that a few minutes ago, really making sure she's keeping an eye on Scotland because they're under so much pressure now. They're giving away penalty after penalty. And Ireland really aren't getting the reward off her. Unbelievable by Brittany. The player is good to see back in back confident, taking that ball, carrying. Scotland can't live with our speed at all.
Sulotto on number 8, Scotland. I think here.
Pullman has come into the front row for Scotland. Made her debut during the last Six Nations. Today her 5th cap.
Yeah. Rachel.
Scotland have about, it was the 51st minute that the yellow was given to Grant, so you can work it out yourself how long they have left with 14.
That's 6.5.
There we go. Dennis Fogarty in to have a word.
He's done well to come back in one piece as he went to visit his brother there for the Lions. Little trip.
Anything matter? Second. Time still off. Time still off. Time still off, ladies. Time's off.
Well, Ireland will tap and go here, looking for try number 4.
I'm hoping we see kind of a Leinster-esque Ireland men's move maybe here. Something different.
Leinster, the URC champions.
We won't mention the
Do we need to review?
European Cup.
TMO check, please.
Okay, Clara, I wanted to show you a dangerous clean out by Scottish player,
Oh, no, good.
by Ireland player or number
2, I think.
By 2 Highland on the
So you can see clean
8 Scotland.
Okay.
Gallagher straight away drawing the attention of the referee. Just watch it here, the little flip.
We do have foul play, clamping on the hips, close to the hip. And twisting on the side. What do you think, ladies?
Yeah, agree.
Clamps on the hips, not dangerous. Not high degree of danger.
No,
I'm
I'd agree.
only against the Ireland for a dangerous clean out and twisting the player. Have a decision, please.
Okay, Clara, cameras on you.
Thank you. We do have foul play. There is a dangerous clean out by Ireland. It's going to be a penalty against Ireland close to the try line on the 5 meters.
And the chance for Ireland for now is gone. Scotland with the chance to clear.
I don't know, I find that one a hard one. I've been in those positions and you just want to clear out the player. I don't think there was any, Cliona didn't lift Gallagher up to put her on her head. It was just the way they fell then, but obviously the law is the law. considering both of us are wearing glasses, I'm not sure we're going to read what's on Scott Beeman's hand.
Let's go, let's go.
There's confirmation of that change. Pullman in, replacing Clark in the front row. That's good from Scotland. Stewart helps it on. Haven't really put any phases together so far in the second half, Scotland.
Pull Scotland!
Parsons just couldn't quite get it under control. It was like a hot rock. Gallagher, Stewart.
Unbelievable tackle by Grace Moore, who's really put her hand up in her performance so far today, I have to say.
Outside it goes.
Inside, touched.
O'Brien
Hold!
drifts one in behind. Scrambling after Thompson.
The goal line drop out. The goal line drop out. Yeah, sorry.
Parsons so unlucky not to get that one under control.
Yeah, yeah.
Brave as a line by there as well. Knew, you know, a hit was coming.
10 blew off. 10
I
blew
think
off.
she was just too fast for her own good.
Ladies, goal line drop out. Let's go. Let's go.
Blacklock coming in, fourth appearance, but a first cap since 2023, so a bit of a gap between this one and the last one.
It's goal line drop out. Yeah.
Thompson. Hogan, good catch. Hogan really eyed up that Scottish defence. Scuffle McCabe, Jugang. Corey Fallon, but Scotland have turned it over. Good work from them. Taking and going was Bartlett.
Don't play the 9.
Gallagher.
That's great line speed by Noddy. Something we probably haven't seen enough of from Ireland.
Hold Scotland!
Down the line it goes from Blacklock. Just gets away from Dealey. Outside, Parsons. Parsons.
Play on. No, not the 9.
It's Ireland's ball. Scuffle McCabe. O'Dowd. Scuffle McCabe. Good driving and pumping of the legs from Corey Fallon. Scuffle McCabe. O'Brien, who called it on herself. Outside it goes from McGillivray. What have Ireland got here? Higgins looking to escape. This is brilliant running by Higgins. Higgins really pumping the gas there.
Eve Higgins is just a joy to watch. She really is.
Kirapati. Scuffle McCabe. O'Dowd. Scuffle McCabe. Shoots. O'Brien. O'Brien stabs one through. Ireland rush up. Scotland rush back. Trying to get there is Scott. And Scott does secure the possession.
She did well there.
She did. Thompson.
Tackle! Let it come. No. No.
Scotland recycle.
Tackle!
Ball's gone loose. Ireland have grabbed it, but
Clearly
it is a penalty to Scotland.
Game has kind of taken that dip again. A lot of
Clearly.
turnovers, lost momentum. I suppose I'm surprised at Scotland. They
go.
still have a lot of
We have to
experienced
go.
players on
Remember,
that you think would be
it's
able to manage
not a
themselves a
control, we
little
have to
bit
go.
better or get their team back into the game, but
Yeah.
that's not taken away
Let's go,
from Ireland
Scotland.
and what they've done. I think the speed of game has really suited us.
I asked them to play.
If it's not an HIA, we don't stop.
A couple of times and we've waited for Molly Scuff to take that ball at 9. Dana was there first. She could have taken that in the last phase and
9,
kept
10,
that
green,
momentum going. Because I
8,
think
9,
actually
10.
we're killing our own momentum rather than Scotland now at
Thank
this
you.
stage. Look at Eve Higgins. Effortless.
Gliding.
Open the gate. Open the gate.
Raleigh had to make a tackle in the end. It was a good tackle. This one asked questions of Scotland. In fairness to Scott, she did answer them despite the pressure from Amy Lee Costigan.
Let's go. Let's go, ladies.
Enya Breen on there now for Dan O'Brien, who's, I assume, going to just slot in at 10. Great read by Kleena, but she'll be annoyed at herself now not to get that, because I think she saw a gap she wanted to run into.
Blue scrum here, ladies, here.
And we see Dervla Nicovard. Dervla, I'd like to see Derv get on a bit of ball now and show people what she can do. She, again, hasn't been a favourite. She hasn't really got the rub of the green off Scott, and obviously against a very highly challenged back row. You've only 3 jerseys, but a lot of talented athletes there and players. So it'll be interesting to see can she get herself on a bit of ball there and see remind him what she can do.
Lane replacing Scuffle McCabe. Lane, who's from Mallow but based in Dublin, another one of the Sevens Olympic crew.
Player you don't want to see when you're tired coming on.
That's very true. Lane putting herself in the way of danger there and making the tackle. Breen, as confirmed by you, into the game. So what effect will those changes have? Blacklock putting boot to ball. Deely was waiting. Deely.
Enya's a very different 10 to Dana. She probably won't kick as much, or it's not her strength of her game. She's definitely a bigger ball carrier, really good passer of the ball, very smart playmaker, just like Dana. But there you can see there, likes to take to the ball, which is good for a 10. I used to like it as a 10, taking it, bringing that momentum, because you didn't have a defence rushing at you. So it'll be interesting to see what gaps she can put players through.
Emma Orr holding Ireland up there with a good tackle, but it's still on the Irish side, and Lane goes again. Maloney, McCarthy. McDonald, sorry. McGilvray, Deely, Amy Lee Costigan. Lane, O'Dowd. Lane works the narrow side. Breen chipped it over. Well taken by Blacklock.
Great kick.
Yeah, fantastic. Although maybe, well, I thought there might be a bit much on it, or it might keep going. It didn't. Enya Breen gathers. Enya Breen counters. Enya Breen playing in her home county from West Cork, Skibbereen. Jewett. Ireland to clear. Despite the fact that Scotland have been dominated possession and territory-wise, and the fact that they've been down to 14 for a time, they still are only 3 points down.
Yeah, this is the worry, isn't it? Like, they have enough talent there.
They certainly do, and there's one of those talented players, Emma Orr. Emma Orr, can she do it? Yes. Emma Orr, that's a fantastic try.
Oisin, you're not going to open your mouth again now. That's you're like something out of Harry Potter here now, jinxing us.
What a take and burst by Emma Orr.
Thank you.
And this is the thing, this will be one thing that coming into the World Cup, you know, pool games are quick and fast. You know, they're different teams we haven't played against. These are a beast we know well. Maybe should have been a bit more communication between Parsons and Higgins there, just to say who was tackling who. But obviously Bevan, you can see, is expecting the tackle from the inside, and she was left. She just hadn't got enough numbers, so poor try probably to give away, but Emma Orr, you just can't give her space.
You got 15 seconds, Tomo.
Strike runner, if ever there was one, Emma Orr, and you saw it there.
Agree.
Thompson adds the extras, and Scotland, having struggled at times in this half, lead by 4.
To be fair, Corrie Fallon looks like she's just emptied the tank, and she just didn't have enough gas in her to get Emma Orr.
And Scotland sending Ireland right back. A very solid strike. Brian Neeson perhaps a little bit happier now than he was a few moments ago. Ireland work it quickly. Lane. Jugang. Jugang heard the call and gave it. Lane. Helped on by Breen. Goes loose. Kiripati secures it for Ireland. Lane. Breen. Higgins. Amy Lee Costigan doesn't have much room to work with. Lane. Off to O'Dowd, who thought she was going to break through, but kept her head and handed it off to Tuitt.
Brilliant offload.
Lane. Breen.
As a different 10 there, you can see her just looking to create gaps and space for the players around her.
Tuitt.
By carrying, by the way. Obviously, Dana does it from a different way.
Over the top it goes from Higgins. Amy Lee Costigan. Great footwork by Costigan.
Great tackle by Grant.
Lane. Corey Fallon took it despite the fact that it maybe wasn't the best delivery. That's a fine take by Nick Ward.
Away, Blue!
Scotland told to roll away. Tuitt. Lane. Ireland just going through the phases. Showing patience. Looking to pick a gap. That's Nick Ward.
Good clean out, leave it, leave it. Play on. First man. Ball out, play on. Take it, Linda.
O'Dowd. Jugang. Jugang gave it off. Tuitt. You can hear whoever it was shouting, take it, Linda. Here's Lane. Helped on to Breen. Lane. Jugang. Moore. Wrapped up. Moore still going. Moore gets the support. Gives to Lane, who might sneak to herself. Almost did stringer style. Here's O'Dowd.
Great take.
Brilliant finishing by O'Dowd.
She's done really well since she's been Bombo herself, and Linda have just put an injection of pace, aggression and just energy into the team, which was much needed.
No, you want the jackal?
So I can keep it?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said let go, sorry.
Oh, no, sorry, no.
Really, really smart by Grace Moore. She doesn't let it go into a maul. She gets the ball off. Load of Scotland players have committed. Emily Lane thought she was in there, and just quick pick up by Noddy, and very, very smart.
Thank you.
Good tackle by Scott, but she just couldn't stop what was coming next, and what was coming next was O'Dowd taking and getting it down and getting the try.
Great
And that's
kick.
a very good kick by Enya Breen.
Oh, no.
No.
You jinxed her again.
No. It looked on target. It just kind of veered off.
I thought it was as well. I sat back in confidence.
I think he was giving one of his coaching team a thumbs up as opposed to seeing the camera was on him and giving a thumbs up. And can Ireland see this one home?
Great shift by Lorna MacDonald. Got herself about. Disrupted everything she could. And here we have Ailish Quinn in for her first cap.
Ailish Quinn of Ballina, County Mayo. A player with a big reputation. Only turned 19 in May. Played well for the Clovers in the Celtic Challenge and was the under-18 player of the year last year for Connacht.
I think they won that in provincial, if I'm right, did they?
And he's not giving her a cap for fun. He is seeing what these players can do. There are places up for grabs in that World Cup squad, perhaps. Here's Gallagher. Jones also in as well. 26 years old now, Niamh Jones.
She's getting old.
I was more alluding to the fact that she was experienced. Scotland helping it on again was Orr. Scotland trying to put a bit of pace behind it. They do look dangerous when they do that. That's Blacklock. Ball falls kindly. Scotland looking to respond. This is a good start to that response, if that makes sense. Good tackle by McGilvray. It's a little bit loose, but it falls away of Corinne Grant.
Brevner Holden is really actually speeding up the ruck. You can see her trying to get that quick speed ball and catch Ireland before they can set up that defensive line. It's kind of working and putting us under pressure.
O'Dowd rushed up there, but it's still Scottish possession. Blacklock. Gathered by Breen. Breen. Lane. O'Dowd, who's so aggressive in every possible sense. Great offload to Fiona Tuitt.
She needs support.
She does need support. She waits for the cavalry to arrive.
Emily Lane did well there. I was worried.
Oh, he's just fired at Quinn.
We do have a knock-on and 21 HIA, 21 blue.
21 blue is Brevner Holden.
Great shot, Maddie.
Sorry, so she was already out.
It's a pity. She's done well since she's come on. Look at this offload by Noddy. Great hands by Fiona Tuitt. You can see she once played for Nafina in Dublin there.
Would have represented Dublin as well.
She did. And they say props can't do those things, huh?
Willis, who was a late replacement on the bench, is on. Willis was actually at the last World Cup but didn't get any game time. She's keen to make up for that this time around.
Well, Eason also spoke about depth in his pre-match interview, and it'll be interesting to see. There's probably going to be a lot of new names at this World Cup, which is fantastic to see. It's going to be absolutely epic. So close to home. The trajectory of women's rugby just... It's like a rocket taking off.
That's correct. Well, another warm-up game to come. That's next Saturday against Canada in Belfast. We'll have that live on BBC Two NI and BBC iPlayer. Coverage starting at 11:50 a.m. And don't forget, World Cup coverage aplenty through various BBC channels as well. You can listen to all of Ireland's games on BBC Radio Ulster and BBC Sounds, starting with Ireland against Japan in Northampton, Franklin's Gardens, on Sunday, the 24th of August.
Let's go.
Lots online on the website, on the social channels, etc. as well.
Let's go, Scotland!
Unless my glasses are broken, it looks like Chloe Raleigh is playing 9. Does she get the ball in her hands?
Let's go, Leon!
Yes, she does.
Well spotted. No need for a new prescription. Not yet, anyway.
Don't jinx me.
Bind! Set!
Raleigh runs it, gives the pass away. Blacklock puts boot to ball.
Great kick. She's
Fantastic.
some booting her.
She does. Amy Lee Costigan, who has some run. Even at this stage of the match, she still looks fresh and energised.
Ball is there, ball is there.
Lane. Quinn with the carry.
Advantage, offside, 17. 17, never offside.
Ireland get the penalty. Bartlett was offside.
It's great
17
bar, and now
never
just
offside.
the next 7-8 minutes, keep the ball, go through the phases. Obviously, any opportunity in the 22,
Yeah,
take another
both.
3 points.
Understand.
Or try, finish this game off in style. And he's done really well since you come on. Very, very lively. Full of aggression, full of carry.
Yeah. They share, they share.
I said, bring something different in creating space for others.
Thank you, 5. Open the gap.
A good end-over-end kick, and here comes Jones with the line out. Jones, who was taken out of school to see a game at the age of 9. I think she's been obsessed with the game ever since.
I believe her dad used to play rugby league. It comes from his love of rugby, if I'm not mistaken.
O'Dowd looking for the gap, looking for Jones, couldn't quite find her. A miscommunication, a miscue. Either way, it gives Scotland the ball back.
Yeah.
But it's a mistake I'd rather see on the front foot, you know what I mean? Not ideal at the stage of the game, and that's probably something as a game management thing. But just the points in the first half, just bringing the game to Scotland, that could have gone a different way. And that's something Niamh Jones brings. She's such a workhorse, but if she had have thought about who's carrying the ball, she could have been through.
Yeah.
That's the mark.
What time do you think the salon opened this morning for all the hairstyles?
On the left, ladies. On the
I'm
left.
sure they have someone in-house.
Clear break foot. Crouch. Bind. Brace. Set. Up.
That's brilliant by Ireland. That's fantastic. Lane, Rolly tries to wrap her up.
Advantage.
Quinn, Jugang,
15 blue.
Jugang still going. Stewart just wouldn't let her go. Lane. Corey Fallon.
The advantage, Ireland.
Lane. O'Dowd receives it following a very good pass by Nick Ward. Lane. Breen. Lane. Quinn. Confident start by Quinn on her first cap.
She's a big athlete, isn't she? She's a unit, like, very hard to take down.
Breen. Out it goes to Corey Fallon. Goes back inside to Bevan Parsons.
Great hands by Ireland.
Parsons still going.
No advantage. 15 offside in the scrum.
Nice management by the referee, keeping the game going. Ireland look very dangerous when we keep the ball in hand.
15 offside.
That was just a seatbelt.
No, that one was okay.
Now you can see there that Parsons obviously has pace, but she's got power as well.
Absolutely.
Well, he said before the game, the result is not the focus, the performance is, but generally one follows the other.
Well, I think there's a lot of things getting cobwebs off, building confidence and building momentum. And like you said, it'll go no harm to the confidence now getting a win over Scotland, especially considering what happened in the last game of the Six Nations. So it'd be nice to get one over on them.
Ireland secure the ball. And now move forward with the support of the Cork crowd.
Yes.
And it's Nick Ward who crashes down.
Look what it means to those players. Like, that says it all, really.
They're happy. They're happy. And Ireland's looking good for the win.
Yeah, agree. The transfer. I think they break away.
That's brilliant. You can see here, great line out, just a little dummy. Gathers momentum.
Thank you.
I think Niamh Jones was waiting on the ball back.
The ball carrier was in front.
And just there goes through the middle. That's brilliant.
What's noticeable is how glad they are for each other when, okay, it was a try in this particular moment, but when any of them does anything positive, it's a very good sign of a team, the encouragement they're giving each other.
Absolutely. There you can see she just breaks off. Scotland think it's going to Niamh Jones. And Nick Ward is extremely smart and just goes through the middle and takes her try.
Nick Ward, who's been through the injury mill, she's one of the many players who's had an ACL, so it's great to see her back and running and scoring big tries like that. Scotland still with the chance here because Ireland didn't manage to kick that conversion. Here's Nick Ward.
Great to see the scoreboard in Ireland's favour.
Lane kept a hold of despite the difficulties.
No, don't play the knife. 9.
Lane.
Take him back. Hold!
Up in the air goes. The chase comes from Parsons, but it's well secured by Scotland. Nick Ward in there as well. It's Scotland's ball, and it's Ferry. Raleigh. Stewart carried. Raleigh.
Great line speed by Ireland. Nadia is leading that.
She certainly is. Raleigh passed it outside. Raleigh, who's filling in his scrum half at the moment due to injuries and whatnot.
She's not doing too badly.
She's doing all right. No, jinxed her to the bootlaces, but still retrieved by her teammate.
Stay there. Hold on.
Carried by Ferry.
Ball out!
Raleigh. Ireland very aggressive in how they're rushing up, and they have managed to turn it over.
Great turnover. And we just need to keep the ball.
Lane.
Play on!
Shoot. Lane. Higgins. Keeping calm and driving on. That's exquisite from Higgins. Lane. O'Dowd.
Great carry by Niamh O'Dowd.
Lane. Dugang. All Ireland have to do is get it to 80 and then kick it dead, and that's game over. Easier said than done. They look like a team who want more. They're showing great ambition. McGillivray. Teely. O'Dowd.
Great pickup.
Tackle!
Eilish Quinn has been very impressive.
She has. Lane. Lane swallowed up by Scotland, but again, didn't lose her cool.
Backwards!
Jones.
I think they were lucky there getting away with a possible knock-on, but another great carry by Quinn.
And this will go out of play, and it will secure an Irish victory. Well, Ireland struggled at the start, but got into this game, and in their first World Cup warm-up game, they get the victory. Scotland struck back to their credit in the second half, but Ireland responded well. Ireland get the victory against Scotland in Cork, 27-21.
Yeah, great victory by Ireland, and you can see what it means. Everyone, big smiles on their face. Great shift. And what I loved that, yeah, we didn't start well, but we regathered and we just started to play our game, put phases together, and good things happened.
Maybe some players have given Scott Beeman something to think about regards selection for the World Cup, but that's a very positive problem to have. Ireland get the win against Scotland in Cork.